All right, thank you so much for joining me in this video lecture. This is Gurpal Singh from Gursura Education, and once again we are here with new lecture regarding mathematical reasoning. So we have covered a lot of things, and this is going to be the last lecture as per the syllabus of mathematical reasoning to us. So now you can imagine we have gone through a lot of video lectures. So we have covered number series, letter series, coding, decoding, blood relations. After that, time, distance, speed, these things have been covered, and we have covered ratios, proportions, interest, and so many things. Okay. And this is the last but not the least. You would have experienced that in the daily explanation video lectures as well. The concept or the questions of the regarding the averages have been posted so many times. So this question or this particular lecture chapter is going to be regarding averages. So first of all, the structure shall be same as the previous lectures was. So we shall make your concepts clear. We shall teach you the basics and the formula for finding the average, mean or mathematical average. And after that, what we shall do, we shall solve so many questions in a way so that you become familiar with how many types of questions can be asked to you. So the only thing is needed that you must go through from the previous lectures. Only then you shall have the confidence to solve the mathematical operations very fastly. So I always suggest you to practice a lot for these kind of things. So I hope you would have understood what we are going to do right now. Just enjoy this video lecture. I'm just going to share you the screen right now. Right, so now this is going to be the next concept under the series of mathematical reasoning. As you know, we have covered so many topics under this specific chapter, that this is mathematical reasoning. We have covered a lot of two topics, and this has been given in the last of the syllabus of mathematical reasoning. If we go through from the syllabus given by NT-NET agency. So this is the last chapter which we are going to cover, and after that the core reasoning shall cover, in which we shall cover the topics regarding syllogism and Venn diagram. So I believe that being my regular student, you would have gone through from all the previous lectures of mathematical reasoning, whatever we have already learned, like number series, letter series, coding, decoding, then blood relation is there, then speed, time and distance we have covered, profit and loss we have covered, then a ratio we have covered, proportions, and after that interest. All these things we have already covered. And if you have studied all these things, then it is suggested to go through from this last topic. And I must tell you, this is very easy, very interesting and very beautiful chapter to be studied. There are number of concepts, okay, which can be solved only with one formula. There is only one formula for solving the averages. What's the meaning of average? I shall tell you in detail. And sequence you all know regarding this particular lecture. First of all, I am going to tell you about the average. I shall clear your concept. I shall tell you the formula. I shall tell you how you can solve the question regarding averages. And after that we shall show you some questions, okay, and we shall explain these questions in detail. And once explained, you shall be easily able to understand how the process of this chapter goes on. So now I'm just going to move further. First of all, I would like to tell you, the term average is completely synonym with the term mathematical average or simple average or arithmetic mean. If these kind of words are written in the question, you are not supposed to be confused about that. All do convey the same meaning, and this is averages. Okay, average. What's the meaning of average? Okay, when you find arithmetic mean of all the observations given in numbers or numeric, this is known as arithmetic mean or average. So here you can see, what does average mean? Average is just the central point of all the observation. Suppose you have been given 5 numbers, from 1 to 5. This is 1 2 3 4 5. Five numbers have been given and you have been asked to find the average of these. So what's the average? This is the sum of all the observation. That means you have to plus all the observation, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and that comes to be 15. And you have to divide the sum of observation with the value of a number of observation. That stands for how many observations are there. Okay, how many observations are there? So in total there is 1 2 3 4 5. 5 observations are in total there. So you have to divide the sum by the total number of observation, and whatever the value you get as a remainder, this is known your arithmetic average or mean. So I hope you would have got the idea. That's just to suggest what is the average and what is the central point of a given series of numbers. So if we are trying to find the central number of a given series, that central number denotes or convey to average. Okay, so this is all about average. Only one formula is there, although the mathematical expressions or the mathematical equations can be different based on the question to question, but still the basic formula is all same, that is sum of observation divided by number of observation. So now what we are going to do, this is the only one formula. Okay, and the second one is the average average speed, that we have already covered under the lecture or the topic series of speed, time and distance. This is why I'm not going to share regarding the average speed. That was all same. Okay, that was the speed of x and speed of y element multiplied by 2 divided by speed of x element plus speed of y element. That was the average speed formula for 2 elements. But now we are concerned about only the basic of averages. So the basic of averages do have only one formula, that is sum of observations divided by number of observations. So I'm just going to move further, and one by one we shall explain you all the questions regarding this specific chapter, and we shall explain these in detail. And once explained, these will give you the knowledge by which you can easily make some kind of a mathematical expressions, and you can solve these further. So this is the question number first, and this is the very easy question. Okay, so it has been given that find the average of the given numbers. Find the average of the given numbers. So there have been given 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 numbers have been given. What you have to do, you have to find the average in the way by applying the formula for finding average. This is very simple. I have already told you, you have to make the sum of all the observations. So this is 354 plus 281 plus 623. Then there should be 518. Then there is 447. After that, here is 702. And after that, there is 876, and you have to divide all these summation with the total number of observation. You can easily see that there are 7 in total. These are 7 in total. So first of all, the only thing difficult is to find this addition of that. And I must tell you, and I have already made you aware of the thing, that you must be extremely efficient in solving the mathematical operations very fastly. If you are able to do that, I must tell you, the only thing remains for making the mathematical expression and equations. So once these are made up and you are brisk, you are fast with solving mathematical operations, then you can easily, within the time frame of just 45 seconds, you can solve any kind of question, I must tell you. So this question is that. So now I'm just going to make the sum of all these observations. Just let me check if I can do without the help of calculator. This is 4. That becomes 5, 5, then 8, 16, 23, 25, and here comes the value of 31. So 1 should be the last digit, and 3, if 3 comes here, 7 and 3 here is 10, 10 then 14, 15, 17, then 25, then 30. 0 should be the second last one, and if we put 3 here, if we are putting 3 here, then I must tell you 8 plus 3 11, then 18, 18, 22, 27, then 20, 33, then 35, and 38. So 38 should be there. So the total of all these observations should be 3801, and these should be divided by 7. Now you can get to know that I think within the time frame of just 45 seconds I have made this summation of all these figures. If you try to use the calculator, it will take a lot of time, I must tell you, because calculator is nowhere allowed in any of the examination if you are appearing for IBPSC, for SSC, for UPSC, or for any examination. So just divide 3801 with 7, you get the value of 5. There is the value of 5, then 30 is left, then you get the value of 5, and after that here should be 4, and here should be 21, should be cut with the table of at the value of 3. So 543 should be the right answer after solving this equation, and that has been given in option B. So we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way you can get to know that these kind of questions can be solved very easily. So in this way we can easily solve these questions. Okay, so I'm just going to move further. This is going to be the question number 2, and I'm going to explain you in detail. So here has been given the weights of 6 people. So there are total 6 observations. 6 people are given as below. Find average. So this is very easy. Okay, for finding the average you have to just sum of all the observation, and that doesn't mean in what dimensions or denomination these have been given. So you just have to put like 54, then 64, then 75, then 67, then 45, then 91. Just make sum of all these observation and divide these by total number of observation. These are 6. I'm just making the quick addition. Okay, so here should be 8, 13, 20, 25, and 26. So 26, so 2 should be there. So 11, 15, 21, then 28, then 30, 28, and 34, and 39. So 396 should be there, and that it should be divided by 6 for getting the answer of this question. And when we do that, you can see that 6 can divide 396 with the value of 6 and 6. So 66 should be the right answer, and this has been given in option D. So this is why we shall select it as our possible answer. So this is all about that. Okay, so I hope you would have got the idea. Still there are number of questions to come. I'm going to explain you, although these have been explained in number of explanation videos, and I believe you were very regular with these as well. So this is going to be the question number 3. So this seems to be somewhat typical, but it's very easy. Only one mathematical equation is there. If you can make that, you can easily solve this question. We have been given average of 6 number. Average is already given, but one value is missing. So you can easily find that. You know the formula of average is equal to sum of all observation divided by total number of observation. So in this case average is already given. This is 60. Now you have to make sum of observation. This is 30, 72, 63, 53, sorry, 68, then 53 plus 87 plus x. I just shuffled, I think, but you have to you can write it anyway. It's not going to make any kind of problem. So this is the only equation. Now you can easily find the value of x. Just make the sum of all these elements or all these figures. By solving this, you can easily get to know that 60 is equal to, if I'm making the sum addition of all these things, then I shall get the value of, let me calculate, 10, 13, 20. So 0 should be there. Then 10, 15, 21, 28, 21, and that should be 28, 28 and 3, 31. 310 should be on the numerator with the addition of x, and 6 should be there. So just take 6 on this side. If you do that, you get the value of 300 and 60. 360 and that should be equal to 310 plus x. So just take 310 on the left hand side and you shall get the value of x. 360 minus 310, you get the value of 50, and 50 is the actual value of x. That has been given in option D. So this is why we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way, I hope you would have enjoyed that. You would have understood completely what I wish to teach you in this lecture. So upcoming questions can be somewhat typical. So this is the question number 4. Read this line carefully. It's saying that find the average of all prime numbers between 30 and 50. So first of all, you must know the meaning of prime number. Prime numbers are those numbers which cannot be divided with any number. If these are divided, they produces the result or the remainder in decimals. Okay, so prime numbers cannot be divided with any number, and the prime numbers between 30 and 50 are, I must tell you, the first one is 31. You know that 31 cannot be divided with any table, and after that there is 32 cannot be prime number, 33 cannot be, 34, 5, 6, 7. 37 is also the prime number because that cannot be divided with any number. After that there is 38, 9, 40, 41. So 41 can also not be divided with any number. And after that 40, 42, 43. So 43 cannot be cut with any table. So this is also a prime number. And after that 44, 5, 6 and 7. 47 can also not be divided with any of the number. So this is also prime number. After that there is 48, 49, 50. All these can be divided. So there are only 5 prime numbers between 30 to 50. So these are these are the total of 5 observation I have already written, and these should be divided by total number of observation, and that is 5. And I'm just going to solve that. We can easily get the answer of this. If I make the addition, this is 7 and 8, then 9, 12, 19. 9 should be here, and 9 and 5, 5, then 9, then 13, 13, then 16, 9. 199 should be the sum of all the prime numbers between 30 and 50. These should be divided by 5, and when this is divided, I think I shall get the value of just let me calculate. This is going to be 9 and point, and 4 is left. 40, 40, and 40 can be divided with the 5 at the value of 8. So 39.8 should be the answer of this question, and that has been given in option D. So in this way, I have solved this question as well. So I hope you have got all the idea. Okay, still there are some questions to come because we solve as maximum questions as possible so that you are cleared with all the ideas how the averages can be solved out. So this is question number 5th, and now we try to solve this question. Okay, so it has been given to us that 13 chairs and 5 tables were bought for 8,280 rupees. Now we see that what's that first equation. We already know that this is 13 chairs, and this is 13 chairs plus 5 tables. 5 tables, these cost us 8,280 rupees. So this is the cost of total cost of 13 chairs and 5 tables. Now we have been given that if the average cost of a table, so cost of one table is already given to us. This is the 1227. So we have been asked what is the average cost of a chair. So average cost of a table is also already given. Okay, now we know that cost of one table Cost of one table is equal to 1227. Now we can easily find the cost of five tables. Cost of five tables. And why we do need that? Because this is the sum total of 13 chairs and five tables. If we get the value of five tables, then if we reduce that value from this value, we can easily get the value of 13 chairs. So now what I'm going to do, I'm trying to find the cost of five tables. This is very easy to be find out because we know the cost of one table, this is 1227. And when I multiply this with 5, then I shall get the value of five tables, and that comes to be, let me calculate, 6, 1, 3 and 5. So this should be the value of five tables. Okay, so this was the total cost of 13 chair and five tables. Now if we just reduce cost of five tables from this value, okay, then we shall be left with the cost of 13 chairs only. So cost of 13 chairs shall be, just let me do minus of these. Okay, so I think I should get the value of 2145. Okay, so this is the value. So now we know that total cost of 13 chairs, total cost of 13 chairs, this is 2145. Number of chairs, that we already know. Number of these are 13. We can easily find their average now. Okay, just apply the formula of average. This is total of observations divided by number of observation, and when you divide that, you shall get the average cost of a chair which has been asked in the question. So if I just do a division of these two numbers, I get the value of, just let me calculate, this is 1, and after that 8 is left, 84. If I do that, I should do this with 6, and after that here is left 65, I think. So there should be 65, 165. So 165 should be the average cost of a chair, and that has been given in option B, so we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way, I hope you would have got the idea of how I have solved this particular question, and you would have enjoyed that. Now I'm just going to move further and going to show you the next question. So this is question number 6, and we can easily find the answer of this question as well. And I must tell you, just your purpose should be to make only the mathematical equation, and once these are made, you can solve any kind of question easily. So the question is saying, what is the average of 5 consecutive numbers? So the numbers have been given to us. This is A, B, C, D, E. And one most important information has been given, that these numbers are consecutive. Consecutive means they are irregular, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are consecutive numbers. Addition of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 is there. So there is addition of 1, 1, 1 and 1 in these numbers A, B, C, D, E. We don't know any of the number, but we know that if we assume first to be the x, then the second one shall be x plus 1. Then the third one shall be x plus 2. Then the fourth one shall be x plus 3. Then the fifth one shall be x plus 4, because they are the consecutive numbers. So it has been given to us. And when we make sum of these all 5 numbers and we divide by 5, then we get the value of average. Average is already given to us. The average of 5 consecutive number is 48. I'm just going to write here 48, and if I write that, I can easily solve this question right now. So you can easily solve that. You just have to write x plus 1, then plus x plus 2, plus x plus 3, plus x plus 4. And when you do that, you divide this by 5, you should get the value of 48. Okay, so this is the case. So now what you have to do? So how many x's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x are there. Okay, so you have to write 5x. 1, 2, 3, 4. The sum of the other numbers is 10. So you can write here 10 and you have to divide this with the value of 5. Okay, and that should produce the average of 42. So now you can easily solve this equation. 5x plus 10 should be equal to 48 multiplied by 5. Okay, so this is the case. So 5x plus 10 should be equal to that should all be equal to 200 and 240. Now you can take this 10 to the right hand side, then you get the value of 230. So 5x should be equal to 230, and when you divide 230 by 5, then you can easily get the value of x, and that comes to be 46. So 46 is the value of x. So this is the value of x, but we have been asked to find the product of a and uh, I think here should be okay. So we have been asked to find the product of A and B. So I'm just going to find the product. Okay, A, we know that A is x. A is x. Okay, so the B is x plus 1. So A is 46 and B should be 47. So A is 46 and B should be 47. So 46 multiplied by 47, but it produces the value of, just let me calculate, this produces the value of 2162. This is the this is it producing, but this has nowhere given in the option. So just let me see if there is something wrong in this question, or if we have done any calculation wrong. So just let me calculate step by step. The first is right, the second is also right, the third is also right, fourth is also right, fifth is also right. That means something is missing in the equation. So if I multiply 46 by 48, that shall not be close to any option. By this, by 49, that shall again not be close to any of the option. Okay, so if I multiply this by 50, so that means here should have been D. I think here should have been D. So if we are multiplying 46 by 50, what is 50? 50 is x plus 4, 46 plus 4. So when we multiply 46 by 50, then we get the value of 2300, and that is the right answer, and that has been given in option C. So we shall select it as our possible answer. So there had been one of the mistake in the question, that there was D to be put. Okay, so this is not the actual examination, but I must tell you, maybe some of the typing mistake is there. I have written B instead of D. Okay, so D should be there. How I got to know that I was doing something wrong, because whatever the answer I got, it was nowhere matching with the options. When this is the case, that means either you have done something wrong or the question is wrong. So we have checked all the steps. We have not committed any kind of mistake, but the statement was somewhat wrong. So if here was D, then we can easily find the answer of this question. So I hope you would have got the idea. The average of 5 consecutive number was 48. First of all, we found the value of x, and after that we have made the product of A and D. Product simply means multiplication. So A is the first item and the D is the last item. So A should be 46, D should be 50, and when we multiply these two, we get the value of 2300. This is how you can solve these kind of question. I'm just going to move further. This is going to be question number 7. Okay. So this question is saying the average age of a man and his son is 40 years. So average age is already given. The ratio of the ages, so ratio is also given. So ratio is 11 and 5. We can easily write in the absolute terms like 11x and 5x. I have already taught you in case of the chapter of ratios. This is the absolute version of how you can write the ratios. So average is also given. This is 40 years average. You know that this is the sum of all the observation divided by total number of observations. So if I'm writing like, if I'm writing 11x plus 5x divided by 2, that should produce me the value of average, and that is also already given. This is 40. Okay, so now first of all, I'm just going to solve this equation. This is 16x divided by 2, that should produce the value of 40. So x should be equal to 80 divided by 16, and if I solve that equation, I get the value of 5. So x should be 5. Okay, x is 5. The question is saying what is the sun's age? Sun's age, you know, that was 5x. Okay, so if we give the value to variable x as 5, then we can multiply 5 by 5 and we can get the age of the sun, and that is 25 years. So in this way, I hope you would have got the answer of this question. In this way, we can solve these kind of questions very easily. So that was the structure of this question. Now I'm just going to move further. This is going to be the question number 8. So the question is saying, of the 3 numbers, so there are 3 observations in total. Okay, so I have got just with the 3 words, first 3 words. Of the 3 numbers, the second is twice the first, and also thrice the third. Okay, so there are 3 numbers, A, B, and C. The second one is twice the first one, and thrice the third one. So we can easily find that. How? Let the C, last number be C, last number C be X. Okay, so the middle number should be 3 times then the last number. This is 3x, and the first should be half of the second one, Okay, so we have cleared this equation. Just try to understand this again. Second is twice the first. So this way, if you just multiply 3x with 2, then you get the value of 3x. Okay, so 3x is there. You have easily solved this the first condition. Okay, the second is for twice the first and thrice the third. This is also fulfilled. Okay, this is 3x. 3x is 3 times then x. So this is all the equation. Okay, so their average is also given. If the average of 3 numbers is 44, what is the largest number? So this is given. So you have to find the average of these all. Okay, for finding the average, this is very easy. First of all, you have to make sum of all these elements. Okay, so if you have made the sum of all these, after that you have to divide these by 3, and that should produce the value of average, which is already given to us. So what we would do, we would try to solve this equation first of all. So let me tell you what should be the answer of that. You just take this 3 to the right hand side. Okay, so if you do that, you get 3x divided by 2 plus 3x plus x is equal to 44 multiplied by 3. Now solve this equation. If you solve this, you have to take LCM of 2, and if you do that, you get the value of 3x, then 6x plus then you get the value of 2x. Just take this 2 to the right hand side again. You get the value of 44 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. In this way you get that, and if you make sum of all these 3 items, you get the value of 11x. 11x should be equal to 44 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. So just take this x to the right hand side again. So x should be equal to 44 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, and these all should be divided by 11. I'm taking 11 to the right hand side. Okay, so if I divide 44 by 11, I get the value of 4, and if I multiply 4 by 3 and 2, then I get the value of 24, and 24 should be the actual value of x. Now we have already solved the value of x. We have been asked to find the largest number, and we know that that is number B. So number B is 3x, that means 3 multiplied by 24, and if we do that we get the value of 72. 72 should be the right answer, and that has been given in option C. So we shall select it as our possible answer. So in this way, I hope you would have got that idea completely. You would have understood this video lecture completely, and I have solved all the questions. And I hope you would have got the idea of how these kind of systems or these kind of questions are solved. That was the last lecture. Now we shall give you some PDF regarding the questions of different chapters, and after that, this topic is completely over. In case you are having any kind of a problem in solving in any question, you can just send these to us. We shall be solving it as soon as possible, and we shall be clearing all your queries regarding that. So I hope you would have got the idea of all these things. So thank you so much. This is Gurpal Singh from Gursur Education.